Greetings, listeners. Welcome to Consulting Between Friends. I am your host, Michael Holmes Jr. The election process is essential to our democracy to create a structure for the government. The election process has been around for centuries and has made the laws we know today. The midterm elections focus on state and local government. For example, the Senate, governor, city council, school board, and many other offices are elected at this time. With the election around the corner on November 8th, 2022, there are multiple issues on people's minds, such as abortion, climate change, inflation, crime, and many other things. Inflation is affecting everyone's wallet. Many people will go to the polls with a mindset for change or stay the same. So, what is your choice? The topic is voting. Our choice, our right. We will return after a message from our sponsor. Everyone is always planning things, and advertising is needed to make it happen. So, if it's personal or business, let Pinpoint Designs and Images solve that problem. With Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC, you will receive quality work and professional service at a great price. The service that is offered: flyers, business cards, programs, invitations, photo books, ad booklets, and much more. Michael Holmes Jr., owner/principal designer of Pinpoint Designs and Images LLC, contact me by email or social media. Email address is pinpointdesignsandImages@gmail.com, and Instagram Pinpoint Designs, and Facebook Pinpoint Designs and Images. We are back. The midterm election. Let's break it down first. What do you think when you hear the word midterm? The middle of a school year, an exam, or the middle of a term someone's in office. All these examples are correct for the midterm, but we are talking about a political office in this case. That is right. A political person that can change the laws we have now or make improvements as well. Most people believe that they should only vote for president every 4 years. But there is more to voting than every 4 years. The president is evaluated through their term in office, as well the people under them. The people I'm talking about are governors, senators, the U.S. House of Representatives, and the U.S. Congress for each state in America. This midterm election is also important on a local level as well. These people are essential to the president's term in office. With the right people supporting the president or the person of each state, this allows the president to pass laws or make changes as well. Without the midterm evaluation of the president in office, for example, Joe Biden, could not accomplish what he wants in office. The midterm election tells the president or the other people in office what needs to change or improve for the people. This election is important to the president and his term in office. The president has to work with the governors, the Senate, and the Congress to pass laws for the people. These people in office have term limits like the president. The governor has control of the state you live in, as well the senator. This is who you contact for something wrong in your state. The midterm elections are important on a local level, for example, crime and education. After a short break, we will return. We are back. When people are around their family, friends, and coworkers, the average person only thinks about issues they consider in their everyday life. For example, crime in their communities, jobs in their city, roads in their city, education for their children, grocery store prices, and many other issues. These issues mentioned are smaller, yet still very important. So, when you consider your city, your neighborhood, and your state, the people who are in office are important to your community. This is why the midterm elections are important to everyone. This election affects more people because everyone can relate to the issues that matter to them. Election issues: 1. Crime. 2. Jobs. 3. Education in schools. 4. Immigration. 5. Economics. 6. Healthcare. These are issues people have on their minds when they vote. If you want to vote in the midterm election, there is still time to get prepared to vote. Before every election, there is a voter registration deadline in every state. Find out in your state when the deadline ends for you to participate in this important election. Also, in every state, there is early voting or absentee voting. This is your chance to cast your vote before the election day. Find out in your state when early voting or absentee voting starts and ends in your state. You can check your voting information from different websites such as whenweallvote.org and vote.org. Once again, whenweallvote.org and vote.org. There are also different organizations that work in communities to assist people with the election process. Campaign advertising. When it comes to ads for the campaigns, it can get interesting and aggravating at the same time. The different candidates are trying to get your attention so you can vote for them or not vote for the other person. That is the goal for political campaign ads. But sometimes they can send the wrong message. There are positive ads and negative ads when it comes to campaigning. Most campaigns focus on positive ads to let the voter know their plans if elected. When voters sees ads, the majority rely on them to choose their candidate. Also, the voter relies on their family members and friends they trust to give them the information on who to vote for. So, when a person sees a negative ad, 9 times out of 10, will not vote for the candidate after seeing that ad. People will remember a negative ad over a positive one who doesn't have an idea who to vote for, and every candidate knows this information. That is why the candidates focus on key words and phrases to hook the person to not vote for the other candidate. After a short break, we will return. We are back. In closing, I hope the information on voting and the elections are valuable to everyone. This election is an important one, and I wanted to discuss why someone should vote in this election. Also, give reliable information that everyone can relate to and have a better understanding of the election process. One last thing, remember to support local businesses and believe in yourself that a vote can make a difference. Thank you for listening to Consulting Between Friends. This podcast is available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts, as well other platforms that are available. So like and subscribe. Need to contact us and leave us a comment? You can find us on Instagram at consulting the letter B friends. Once again, consulting B friends. An email address is consulting the letter B friends at gmail.com. Once again, consulting B friends at gmail.com. Consulting Between Friends now has a merch online store called Podcast Merch Headquarters. This is where you can buy merch to show your support for the podcast. Some items to choose from are t-shirts, tumblers, and hoodies, as well many other things I know you will appreciate. So take the time to review the items in the store. The link will be available in the podcast notes under Podcast Merch Headquarters. Consulting Between Friends appreciates the constant support. It means a lot. If you would like to support the podcast more, you can find me on Patreon at Consulting B Friends. Once again, at Consulting B Friends. The link will be in the description. Consulting Between Friends now has a way for listeners to share their feedback about the podcast. The listeners can now share their feedback on Discord. The link will be available in the podcast notes and on the podcast website. Thanks again for the support. If you have an extra minute, it would be greatly appreciated if you could answer a few questions regarding the quality of the podcast. The link will be in the description. Consulting Between Friends. Thanks to everyone for making this possible. The host, Michael Holmes Jr., the producer and content creator, Michael Holmes Jr., the artwork cover, Michael Holmes Jr., original music, a DJ named Slash, references, Peer Research Center, content distributor, My Producer Podcasts,